Okay, we're back. Whoa! Good evening, everyone. I'm Steve Farrell, the Worldwide Coordinating Director for Humanities Team. I'm going to bring my partners in here in one second. First to say hi, and then just to have a blast here for the last 30 minutes of this summit. For all of you who are on Instant Teleseminar, put your inspirations, quotes, comments in the question window. We'd love to see what you've got. Also, if you're on Maestro, you're on the phones and you want to share, I think if you hit 2, you can put your hand up. We're going to just make as much time as we can here to bring in your comments and share some of our own. It's going to be awesome. Lots of reflections, talk about this amazing day. What are the things that inspired us? I'm here with John Thomas, Nanette Kennedy, Dee Meyer, and Garth Catterall. They are important leaders in Humanities Team. John Thomas is the Conscious Business Coordinator, among other things, for Humanities Team. Nanette Kennedy and Dee Meyer are the Co-operations Coordinators for Humanities Team, among other things. And then Garth Catterall is the IT Coordinator for Humanities Team. And I'm going to just share a couple more messages before we go into our musings and things. But John, Nanette, Dee, and Garth, do you all want to say hi here?
Yeah.
Hi.
It's been a great day. It's nice to share.
All right. Yeah, boy, this is just like, let's just imagine that we've got, we're sitting around a bonfire here, okay? So, because all of us, most of us, some of us are with a group of people. I know there are parties and things organized around this, but a lot of us are just one person in a room. So let's imagine we're just sitting around a bonfire here this last 30 minutes and just sharing, because, gosh, that's really what this is. We're just going to have a blast sharing. Before we get going, I want to just invite everybody to, if you haven't taken notes during this day and you want to look at the receive MP3 links, transcripts, CDs, you can go to the upgrade page on the Global Oneness Day site, and all of that stuff is available with this $100 discount that's being made available during the summit. As well, there's a special page there, and on the special page, if you click on it, you'll see some really interesting stuff. Matt Kahn and Kenji Kimura and Andrew Harvey were part of Global Oneness Day earlier. They were extraordinary, really extraordinary. Matt Kahn, Kenji Kimura, Andrew Harvey. And on the specials page, you'll see some programs they created just based on their participation in Global Oneness Day that are available, so I invite you to check those out. Also on that specials page is this conscious business curriculum that we've been talking about here during Global Oneness Day. John got into this in some detail during the New Bottom Line for Business panel. There are some free webinars coming up that you can check out by simply going to that specials page and clicking on the webinars that are coming up here, tied into the Conscious Business Declaration and curriculum. Okay, so with that, let's jump into the fun here and get started. So I'm with John Thomas, Nanette Kennedy, Dee Meyer, and Garth Catterall. And do one of you want to just bring in some of your musings? What are some of the things that, besides being tired, because we've all been here, that's really early this morning, what are some inspiring things you all might want to share?
This is Nanette, and I wanted to say that it's been an incredible day, and I kind of feel like Jerry Lewis at the end of his telethon where he's not making much sense. But I wanted to say that this morning we had a little bit of a glitch with our Instant Teleseminar webcast, and for those of you who don't know, our dear beloved friend Carrie Beach passed earlier this month, very unexpectedly. And when I found out that the bridge to get the webcast going out wasn't happening, I was in an absolute panic, and I had to just put myself on mute and not listen to everybody else saying, hey, can you fix it, can you fix it? And I just thought, I know Carrie told me how to do this before, several months ago, if the bridge wasn't set up for the webcast, and I just took a minute of peace. And I believe Carrie guided me right to that place. And I was able to get the webcast up and going, not as soon as I would have liked to, but thank you, Carrie, and I feel that Carrie's presence was with us today.
Boy, that's beautiful. And Carrie Beach, he was a young man, about 60 years old, and very unexpectedly transitioned in his sleep. But many of us have felt his presence in extraordinary ways, and including now what you're sharing here now, Nanette. So that's beautiful. Yeah, just a beautiful, beautiful soul, Carrie Beach, and we honor this man that worked side by side with us for so many years.
Yeah, thanks for sharing that, Nanette, for us also to pause and all honor Carrie's amazing gift and contribution. So, yeah.
He was missed today.
Beautiful being.
Yeah. Yes, well, a beautiful soul. There are messages coming in from you all. I'll read some of them here in just a moment, and let me know if you all would. We've got a bunch of partners and colleagues here with us: Nanette D, Penny, Joshua, Joe, Carol, John, Michelle, Monica, Cheryl have all been helping with the system, so that we can see comments on Facebook and people putting their hands up and things. If there's somebody that wants to come in from Maestro, if somebody could let us know. I do see messages, and we'll get to those. But John, let me come to you, if I may. You moderated 2 panels, and then you were a speaker during one panel. What were, maybe a couple of the things that were real aha moments for you?
Well, I have a whole bunch of them. I'll try to think of a few. I really appreciated Ken Wilber's keynote and his talking about waking up and growing up as distinct but essential aspects of becoming fully awake as divine human beings, and all the attention and always has been on waking up, but growing up, the human piece of it, and how do we embody the oneness in our life has often been neglected. And I thought it was really timely. It's actually, I imagine it came up in other panels. It came up in the New Bottom Line for Business panel when we talked about the new declaration that was announced, and it really resonated with Chris Laszlo on that panel when he named Ken Wilber and said, this declaration is a wake-up call to those in business who can influence things and have enough awareness, and they have the wake-up piece. Now it's time to grow up. We have to actually act now and embody that realization in what we do. So that was really powerful. There's a few more. I don't know time-wise how if I'm should share more, or are we?
Yeah, no, please,
John.
Yeah, you bet. No, yeah. Keep going.
There were many I really appreciated on the Sangha as an ex-Buddha panel. Brother Onkem Sa and Anne-Marie Batiers brought in these beautiful connections and insights about African Ubuntu spirituality and just the clear connection to what's now happening on the planet, but also to the quote we were referencing by Thich Nhat Hanh, that the next Buddha will be the Sangha. And just beautiful, invoking the Ubuntu wisdom. I am because you are because I am. It really shines through. So many other, if I could share a couple other beautiful gems that happened for me. On the Science of Oneness panel, there was all of them brilliant, amazing beings, and they all had such beautiful things to say. I really appreciated Elizabeth Satori's comments about this example, beautiful example she used about how bacteria, when it evolved, it created all the conditions on the planet for DNA to appear and all life to appear. But bacteria in its evolution reached a point where all the bacteria were competing, and the conditions were so toxic that it could have wiped out all life on the planet. But that forced the consciousness of bacteria to evolve and start collaborating. And just beautiful metaphor, and also to realize that all of that wisdom and all that bacteria and all that DNA is in our bodies, too, that we have that wisdom in us to just evolve in the same way that life has evolved. We can get out of this mess if we tune into that wisdom. I thought that was just a real beautiful insight. I'm really inspired by that. Wow. And many more things that were shared. I can come back too with some if you want to spread it around here. But a tremendous day. I tell you, I just really was inspired and so happy to be a part of this.
Yeah, well, thank you, John. My God, you were awesome sharing. First on the Next Buddha panel with Anna Marie, you also had a great contribution there, and as Anna Marie did. And Anna Marie Peters, who John was talking about, is just a dear, dear leader in Humanities team who's been with us all the way back 10 years to 2005, and just who has made so many contributions, including she was the person that was leading this declaration drive where we mentioned that just in the last 24 hours we went over 100,000 signatures on the Oneness Declaration, and a lot of people were involved in that, but Anna Marie Peters led that effort, and just a dear, dear, wise and loving woman. So, and John also moderating these panels. It was just fantastic. The science panel and New Bottom Line panel. Yeah, thank you. Great work. And also, Dee Meyer and Annette Kennedy, they moderated that panel that we were just talking about, the Next Buddha panel, and great job there, Annette and Dee. And I wanted to just bring you all in with, are there a few inspirations you'd like to share? And Garth, we're going to get to you here in just 1 second. And listeners, we've got a lot of your feedback coming in. We're going to share in just a moment.
I would love to share. We very much enjoyed the Next Buddha's Sangha panel, and the whole day is about building our beloved community, and it fit in so nicely. And just there were so many insights brought in from John and Anna Marie and Brother Onk about the mindfulness, going deep within, concentration and compassion that will transform even warring parties or people that don't agree on everything. So that was truly beautiful. I was also inspired by so many of today's panels. In particular, the spirituality and global oneness. I had people writing in saying, you should have all of these people on individual calls. We can't possibly get enough information. And I said, responding to them, saying, we've had them all on all of these different calls throughout the years, and join Community Circle, and you can listen to each and every one. Doreen, Patricia Cota-Robles, Kenji Kimura, Matt Kahn. It was a profound hour. So thank you, Steve. I'll turn it over to Nanette.
But just one quick thing there, the Community Circle that Dee referenced, if you go to the humanitiesteam.org website, and there's a little green button up top there that says Join Us, and if you click on it, it's a community for all of us that are on this journey into oneness, and we intentionally created it as something only that's $10 a month, so it's inexpensive, and over 260 programs, over 260 hours with all of these amazing people are there in the archives, so that's something people might want to check out too. Yes, yeah. Nanette.
One quick thing.
Go ahead.
I was going to say really quickly that we also have specials for Matt Kahn and Kenji Kimura, and you can find that on the home page that you registered on, and also on the upgrade page. So over to you, Nanette.
Okay, I was just going to say that I was inspired by so many different things that were said today that I'm glad there was somebody else taking notes for those things. But I really enjoyed Jean Houston and what she had to say. She is an incredible person, Patricia Cota-Robles, which somebody said we are pronouncing her name wrong. It's Robles. I don't know if that's true or not. But there were just... And I also saw this thing going... There was a theme going through the different panels. I don't know if anybody else noticed this. Not only the bacteria thing, But there were just a lot of synchronicities that kind of flowed through the whole day's comments or speakers, and it was really, really very inspiring, and I am very proud to be a part of this. And I loved it when Brother Ankh said we are all stars in the universe.
Yeah, and as Panache said, here on Earth too, where everybody's embracing their divine selves. Yeah. Well, beautiful, Nanette and Dee and Garth. And gosh, this is fun, because we have these beautiful people that work so hard. Garth Catterall is a key leader in the humanities team. He works so hard on our projects, and we haven't ever been able to have him with us on a program. And Garth is here, and Garth, look forward to hearing your inspirations here during the day. Let's please come in with your thoughts.
Well, thank you very much. It's a great day, another great Global Oneness Day. I ironically had a little trouble getting into the call this morning, and so I missed the opening ceremony. I'll have to catch that on the replay. But I was able to take some notes during the day as well as answer a lot of people's questions on support lines. So I have a few highlights to share. I really enjoyed the Oneness Meditation by Panache Desai in the Catalyzing an Awakening World panel. Archbishop Desmond Tutu, I love his quote, "Without us, God has no eyes, ears, or hands to do his work. And you don't have to look for God. Everyone around you is God." Ken Wilber was already mentioned, but I wrote down, we need to wake up and grow up. The path of growing up leads us to unity, consciousness, oneness, and peace. I also liked Elizabeth talk about food as being the best medicine, and that it's cheaper to feed our enemies than to kill them off. All these are paraphrased a little bit, but anyway, Marianne Williamson was great as usual. She said, at the level of spirit and energy, there is no place where I stop and you start. And we need to ask God to remove our sense of separation so we can experience oneness. And there are many paths to truth. Spirituality and Global Oneness panel was great. Just lots of gems there. Doreen said, angels are a part of our physiology, and they are always talking with us. They may take many forms, including intuition. They are like our mentors and want us to be at peace. Never considered that before. That's great. Patricia said, God is the divine matrix that is all there is, and the foundation is love. I am one with the I am presence of all of humanity. Kenji's activation was great. He said the real you has permission to be uniquely you and connected to everyone and all that is. Matt Kahn said we are participating in the evolution of humanity in the most heart-centered way when we allow love to be our guide. And oneness is not the same as sameness. We are all different expressions of divinity and oneness. Going on to 21st century leadership, Gene Houston had a great quote, we're in the middle of a planetary spiritual renaissance. We are at the stage when the real healing of the planet can occur. And Ambassador Chowdhury, we have to go beyond boundaries and start thinking about the world as a whole. We belong to one global village. We need to promote a better world through spiritual oneness. I could go on and on here, but I'm going to jump to the end here. Caring for our Earth Home was a great panel. I like Roman Harris's quote, follow your heartbreak. Work on the cause that moves you most. And Exed was just very impressive. Sorry, I don't know how to really pronounce his name, but anyway, he said climate change is the most pressing issue of our time and will unify us all. And Linda Bender said nature is the great teacher about the interconnectedness of life. Transformational Entertainment was also a great panel. The one highlight from the Swami was I've heard this a million times, but I still love it. We are all one with the same one. So it was a great day.
Boy, that was extraordinary, Garth. Wow. Thank you.
Yeah,
that was awesome.
All that while covering the support calls.
Yeah, that was awesome, Garth. Thank you. Gosh, I'm not sure if that was just for the closing program or you just created those for yourself, but regardless, those were really extraordinary little encapsulations from throughout the day, so thank you for that. Let me read some, I'm going to just read these in order that they've come in, and if other people want to share, go ahead and put it in the instant teleseminar question window, or if you're on Maestro, go ahead and put your hand up. We'll take at least one person on Maestro if you hit 2 to put your hand up. Let's see, the first person, Andy in Scottsdale, says, thank you. The entire day has been music for my heart and soul, nourishment for my very cell. Thank you to each and every guest, each and every team member, and to you, Steve, for all the effort, love, and diligence to put such an extraordinary event together and so fluidly. Thanks to 60,000 plus people here also. Perfect. I am so honored to participate with Humanities team. Hugs and blessings, Andy. And then Joseph in Wailuku, Maui, says, gratitude and blessings to powerful, compassionate leadership in these times of transformation. Aloha equals love to all everywhere. That's beautiful. And then Catherine in Thunder Bay, Canada, says, what an awesome day. I appreciated the chance to hear the thoughts of people in so many interesting places. Makes me happy to be alive right here and right now. Then Dr. Janice in Woodland Hills, California. Great gratitude to the Humanities team and to each and every presenter and participants. Many blessings, being peace. Carol in Bothell says, my aha came when Ken Wilber was talking about the path of waking up and growing up. I know a lot of people who are social activists who would gain so much from waking up and growing up. Arthur in San Diego says, wow, world of wonder. Fabulous day with you all day, not tired. I feel energized. As the producer of the award-winning Short One movie, I loved it all. We're currently producing The World's My County.com and found so many wonderful insights. Hooray to Humanities team and all of you. Wow, that's pretty neat. Joan in Florida, no one can hear you unless they first find themselves in your heart. Today we heard you all loud and clear. Blessings and love to all who spoke, all who listened, and Gaia. Isn't that beautiful? Then, let's see, Global Oneness Day from Beth in Tasmania. Thank you to all involved for the gift of your time and knowing. It's been an inspirational day. Gratitude to all participating in oneness. Nancy in Somerville.
Steve, I think that was good day.
Oh, good day. Oh, where? Oh.
Oh, well, sorry.
Right. All right. Boy, and good day. It makes me, too, want to bring in, we have just an incredible country coordinator in Australia. Lily Thomas is her name, and she had a 12-hour program in Australia, and wow. And, of course, Australia starts the whole day, so that sunlight that first fell on the planet on this day, October 24th, fell on them, and they had a 12-hour program down there. So good day to all of those people. And Nancy just brings in some of the people she loved. Panache Desai, who many people have referenced, phenomenal. Andrew Harvey, Ken Wilber, and then says Andrew, who talked between 8 and 9 p.m., were most inspiring. The latter said that each person has the responsibility to bear their part in the heartbreak of God. He advises to follow our heartbreak to know how to contribute to the world. Thanks, and bless you all who gave to us. Beautiful Global Oneness Day. Beautiful Global Oneness Day. Says, let's see, no question, thank you to me, to all of us that were ambitious and marvelous during the summit, all the participants for their time, commitment, and inspiring, motivating presentations. Much gratitude. Namaste. Karen in Costa Rica says, I registered but did not get to see the bonuses. How do I get them now that it's all over? Thanks, and it's been quite a day. Dee, can you share, Karen in Costa Rica listened to the program but wasn't able to receive the bonuses from registering?
Well, she might be a late register, in which case she will have those in her inbox probably tomorrow. I think we have her email, so we'll follow up with her tomorrow. It's been a long day, and I don't imagine we'll be answering emails tonight, but we'll get on it tomorrow.
Okay, Karen. Yeah, and you might just go back and register again on the globalonenesssummit.org page. I'm almost sure the bonuses will come to you. And, Carolyn Chang, I'm so glad she's wrote in because she also put together an incredible program and has a oneness radio thing. And she says, I love the comment. Love is all you need. It's good enough for Jesus, Buddha, and the Beatles. It's good enough for me. Awesome. Let's see. And then this is to you, John, and it's somebody in Beijing, China. It says, question. I'm working at a fast-growing local internet business in China right now, and I'm very interested in the Awake at Intel program from John. How can I learn more about it?
Mm-hmm.
So
okay,
John will pull that up, and he'll be able to respond to you directly, Bianca, in Beijing. And also, if you're interested in our Conscious Business program, we can tell you about that. So, gosh, those are some of the comments. We're down to 2 minutes left in Global Oneness Day. Oh, my God. I can't believe it. Oh, geez. So, any final inspirations that you all want to share? I'm just, myself, my heart is just mashed potatoes right now.
I'm the gravy.
Yeah. What I didn't mention, it was really, really touched me is on the Healing Our Earth panel was fabulous, every one of them. I loved the perspectives Roman Hannes shared about indigenous perspectives on everything is sacred, even disease, and how they view disease as messengers from Mother Earth. And because they view it that way, they heal and they transform, go through transformations. And he said that's maybe the perspective we want to bring to the sickness of the earth. How do we look at what is sick now and look at what's the message from Mother Earth? So I just thought that was another gem for me in this amazing day.
Yes, it was. It was such an amazing day. So, yes, if you didn't take notes, once again, if you go to the globalonenesssummit.org page, there's an upgrade button. And for as little as, I think, with the Summit $100 discount, $97, I think, is our MP3 links for the entire day. And then there are some other options in there, too. Also on the specials page, there are these courses that Andrew Harvey, who many have quoted from, he has a program in there. Matt Kahn, who a lot of people have referenced, also has a program in there. Kenji Kimura, who's awesome, has a program. And then there's this Conscious Business program, which is just the free webinars that you can sign up for now. So that's on the specials page on the Global Oneness Summit site. I want to come back to thank yous. We are an almost all volunteer team, almost all volunteer, all of our group right here on this phone call, but all of our leaders. We've got about 40 in total that are signed up to pretty significant levels of responsibility all over the world. And let me just come back to some of them. Anna Marie Petiers, who we referenced in South Africa, Annette Kennedy, who's here with us, Dee Meyer, who's here with us, John Thomas, who's here with us, Penny Heipel. She's not on this closing ceremony. We wanted to have her on, but she had too much going on here just supporting this call and all of the back-end work. But Penny Heipel, just extraordinary contribution. Of course, we have Garth Catterall. Garth, extraordinary contribution, extraordinary. All of that website, the Global Oneness Summit website, that's mostly Garth's work. Angie Lyle, I want to mention, an amazing leader who graphics and social media and videos and so many things that she just contributed so much heart. Joe Beal, Carol, Michelle Savaco, and I wanted to especially mention Michelle Savaco because she had the Global Rhythm Circle. Also, Monica, Augustine, and Cheryl. So I just want to take a moment to recognize these people who are volunteers that are making this program possible for people all over the world. There's over 60,000 people who participated in Global Oneness Day can do so because of the love and effort that all of these people have put in. So,
Steve, we'd like to thank you for all of your efforts. You've led our team through the entire year to create this amazing day. Every year it is better and better, and we thank you for your leadership, and we're truly grateful.
Well, thank you.
Yes,
I'll receive
you
that.
Bravo.
Thank you, you all. Thank you, John D. Thank you. And Nanette Kenny pointed out, yes, Michelle Harvey. I wanted to be sure to mention her name. Michelle Harvey also just contributes so much. So, and I'm leaving out people's names. There's so many volunteers that are doing incredible work here. But thank you to all of them. Global Oneness Day next year is on a Monday. So put it on your calendar. Monday, October 24th. It'll be the 7th annual Global Oneness Day. And hopefully we'll all be back and alive here tomorrow as we get back to it. It's been extraordinary, everybody. So, yeah, lots of love, everybody, and each of us can just sign off with our heart energy, but lots of love and gratitude to all of you, the listeners who have been with us all day. We've had a huge audience, and thank you so much to all of you.
Thank you for joining us.
All right, thank you, Steve.
Thank you.
Tomorrow morning, wake up and do something, as Emmanuel Itier said earlier.
Yeah. Amen.
Doreen Virtue said the same thing. Get up.
Yeah,
something positive.
Everybody, it's time. We all need to come down on the field and get involved. Many hands make light work. So, yes, perfect.
Right, love you all.
Let's do it. Love you all. Gratitude.
Love you all. Thank you.
Thank you all a good night.
Okay. Lots of love.
All right,
We'll
bye.